Hello, hello, good evening. My name is Jewel, and I am the owner of Short Services. And tonight, I'm going to tell you how I made over $3,000 from home using only my smartphone and my Chromebook. So as you come in, last week I went live and I asked everybody what would they do with an extra $3,000 a month. And I had quite a few comments. I had comments such as investing in a business, investing in real estate. Some people said they would do things like, donate to homeless shelters or Hey Shira, or they would do something to give back to the community, whether that was donating to a homeless shelter or funding a homeless shelter or helping men or women in recovery, all those great things. So I wanted to get on and explain to you guys how I was able to do all this from home. Thanks for sharing, Shara. I'm going to turn my hotspot off. Hello, hello, hello. So as you come in, tell me what would you do with an extra $3,000 a month? Okay, so I do quite a few different things. One of the things that I do is I am a recovery awareness advocate. So just about every single day, I try to go every day. I read the Just for Today live on Facebook. Hey, Cherish, thanks for listening. I read the Just for Today live. Hey, Ashley, every day on Facebook. I also host local events for recovery awareness. And basically what I do is I have small business vendors come out and set up. We usually get like a bounce house and we have kids crafts and toys and things like that. And this year I'm excited because the one I'm going to do in April, I'm going to include an Easter egg hunt this year. And so I'm excited for that because I think that will help bring some more people out. And the purpose of the event is, one, to raise awareness for recovery as well as raise funds for local women in recovery. So that's one piece of my puzzle. Another piece that I do is I build websites from home. And I use my Chromebook for that. Everybody thinks, when it comes to websites, people are like, so expensive. People think it costs thousands and thousands of dollars to build a website. That's not the case, like at all. I know that people do charge that so that, they can make a good steady income, and that's fine and that's great. But, it's really not that expensive when people think about it. So that's one of the things I do. Something I'm going to do this year that I'm really excited for is I'm going to teach others how to build websites, because I've had plenty of people say to me, hey, how did you get started doing this? I taught myself, okay? My sister-in-law kind of guided me along the way in the beginning, and then I started looking up different things, just taking different little workshops that kind of helped gear me up to be able to build websites. So that's another piece that I do. I'm also a virtual assistant to my sister-in-law, who is the owner of Hair Complexity. She also is the creator of the Empowerment Program. She's done a ton of workshops, a ton of coaching, business coaching, one-on-one coaching, as well as other classes. Then I have my other client, Africus, and she does medical certification trainings here in Maryland, which was really exciting for me when I found out that she was local, because that means I actually get to see her from time to time. And then I have another client who, actually all my VA clients have been from Maryland, ironically enough. Usually it doesn't happen that way, because definitely not all of my website clients have come from Maryland. Actually, I don't know if I've had any website clients come from Maryland. Maybe a couple, but most of them are out of state. So that's kind of what I do: the websites, virtual assistants, recovery awareness. This year I'm going to launch a couple programs to help other people that either want to be a virtual assistant or want to learn how to build websites so that they can make money from home. A lot of times there's a lot of people on my Facebook that are small business owners, whether they sell a product or they offer services or they do coaching or they do teaching, any of those. And so I feel like when a lot of people, when they, first start to think of, I want to go into business for myself, I want to make money from home, We have all these different thoughts. What are some thoughts of yours when you've thought about starting your business, or when you first started your business? What were some thoughts that you had that made you nervous and made you stop? Everybody, I don't know why we get so afraid. I don't know what it is. I mean, I know that we're conditioned, I feel like, to be afraid, because I feel like as we come through school, public education, which most of us had, or even private education, they set us up to be employees, not employers, not business owners. They set us up to be employees, which is fine, and it works for a lot of people, but we're in an age now where so many people work from home. Even people that have big businesses work from home. My stepmom actually works in an office now, but for a while she worked from home. The business that she worked for, they weren't big enough to have an office yet, so they all worked from home. Where are all the customers going to come from? Yeah, that's a big one. I feel like that's a very, very big one. And I don't have a complete way to answer that, but what I will say is that when I move in spite of fear, my customers come effortlessly. I don't have to chase people down for money. I don't have to chase people down for their business. It's actually a thing that I practice not doing, because I feel like we get so hung up on the money, and we get so focused on, I need this money, that all we really do is chase people away. So don't do that to people. Let's see. So as you come in, cherish the debt payments and donations. Once I'm out of debt, I can donate to more causes. Cherish, you've always been very good about donating. You've always donated to my causes, and I've always appreciated. Where all the customers going to come from? You go from excitement to becoming overwhelmed, Natasha. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like one of the reasons is because when we decide that we're going to go into business, we feel like we have to have all of the pieces to the puzzle in place before we can get started. And that's not the case. Shira and I were literally talking earlier today. I forget how she worded it, but basically, start with what you have, work with what you have, and continue to follow it. I started building websites for friends and family. I did quite a few free websites in the very beginning for practice and the experience. And I still do that on occasion. I actually built a website for one of our empowerment members in December as a donation to her. I built her a website because it was something that I know that she had struggled with for so long, probably close to a year, right? And it didn't cost me any money to build her website. All it cost me was my time. And so I've actually decided that's something I want to continue to do in 2019. I want to be able to offer free services to those that I know that need them, that have struggled with them. And we actually have another empowerment member who I know has struggled with building a website for months. And I told her just the other day, I know that she can do it, and I know that I can coach her through it. So that's a new service I'm going to offer. And I've actually already started offering it, so I should say currently offer. Because some people are tech savvy, and so they know their way around a computer or a phone. Or I think a big thing with websites is people overcomplicate it. Like, we instantly overcomplicate things. And so I decided that for those who don't feel like it's overcomplicated, that want to try and do it themselves, I want to be able to coach them through it. I actually started with my first client this week, and I was super excited because we made great progress on Monday, and she was just like, oh my God, you're a huge, huge, huge help. I really appreciate this. She's like, so be expecting a really awesome review, and we're actually going to meet again either this weekend or this coming week to see where she's come from since we started, and so I can help her finish it out. Let's see. Cherish said, I donate to a lot of things. I just wish I could do more. It's similar to recovery. The way to keep what you have, to give it away. Yeah, you can donate way more than money. Money isn't the only way you can give. Well, Nishara, if you remember, Cherish actually, I don't know that she volunteered. I think volunteered her for it. But she helped at the first event we had for March into Recovery. She helped get all of the silent auction basket goodies together with Wendy, and she was a huge, huge help. Huge help. Because I really don't know what I would have done without her, because we got so busy. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. When we start a business, we think of things like investments. Like, oh, well, if I'm going to sell a product, then, I've got to have all this money to invest, right? For instance, I know that LuLaRoe, I'm just going to use it as an example, just because I kind of know some of the numbers. But with LuLaRoe, it's a very, very large investment. I believe it's anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 to get started. Most people that want to build businesses are like me. They're stay-at-home moms, or they're moms that have 2 kids and maybe they work a part-time job just to kind of help out around the house. But a lot of times we find that those little part-time jobs barely pay for daycare at the end of the week. So it's like, what's even the point? And so we get caught up with expenses. We worry about what the expense will be, what the investment will be. And then the other piece is, hey Sherry, thanks for watching. Hey Zesta. So, we think about all these things, how will I get started? I don't have any money. I don't know anybody. I don't want my friends and family to buy from me. All these are things that come up. I know they did for me. I was really worried, like, who was going to buy from me? Why would people want to buy from me? What difference, what did I have to offer? And that was something that I kind of had to work through and I had to overcome. So what I did was I'd say it's probably been about 2 or 3 years ago, my sister-in-law asked me, what were some things that I was good at? I know there was a certain number, but I had to do so many things that I was good at, so many things that other people said I was good at, and then a list of things that I love to do. One of the things I love to do is organize. I'm very organized for the most part. I am very detailed. I love to go over details. I know that it annoys some people and it does not for me. I'm a nerd. I've always said that I'm a nerd because I like doing office work. I genuinely like doing office work, filing paperwork, typing up things, accounts receivable, accounts payable. All that stuff is fun to me. I literally love it. Just like with the websites. My sister-in-law hates doing websites. I literally love it. And she'll say to me all the time, aren't you tired of websites yet? And I'm like, no, girl. I love it, So I would suggest to you, hold on, guys. I did take a big drink of water beforehand, but clearly that doesn't matter. So one of the things I would suggest to you, if you haven't already done so and you've been toying around with the idea to start a business, make a list. Make a list of at least 5 to 10 things that you're good at, 5 to 10 things you love to do, 5 to 10 things that other people think that you're good at. It's not easy. It's not easy coming up with the list. So I wanted to go over a couple statistics really quick with you guys about websites. For anybody, if anybody's on and anybody's interested in either having a website built, or they want a coaching call for a website, or you want to be in the workshop on how to build the website, just comment website and I'll send you a message, and then we'll go from there. Whether we need to get on the phone and decide, do you want me to build a website for you, or do you think that you can handle it? You might just need some help. Or if you're interested in learning how to build websites so that you can offer that as a service, we can discuss that as well. The workshop is probably going to be 3 weeks. It's going to be quick, but I feel like it's really not that hard once you get used to it and get playing around with it. And I want to be able to offer enough time to go over all the different things that you can do, as well as the different websites that you can use, as well as I want there to be enough time for people to ask questions. I want you to ask questions. I want to be able to look over things. There will be homework assignments. I'm really excited for it. I have always wanted to help other people, and I've always been so passionate about helping others. It just makes sense to offer this. Cherish said, proud of you for drinking water. I remember once upon a time when you wouldn't have had that in your possession. I've been really intentional about drinking at least 4 a day. This is actually number 5, okay? And I try to limit my soda, but yeah, I literally, one of my VA clients is a wellness coach. And I said to her when I first started drinking water, I was like, I've probably literally been dehydrated my entire life and never knew it, because I've literally always drinking so much soda. Like even when I was pregnant, they would worry sometimes if I was dehydrated, and they'd be like, well, you're not dehydrated. I'm like, because I drink enough soda not to be, okay? So anyways, what was I going to say? Okay, so I wanted to go over some quick statistics about websites. The picture images I have, I guess, aren't going to load. That's fine. 91% of customers have visited a store because of an online experience. And 37% use the internet to find a store at least once per month. How many people get online and Google some sort of store? Whether you need, the kids need shoes, or you're looking for the best sale. Who's got the best sale in the groceries for the week? I Google everything. Before I even go to a store, I will get on and I will check the website out first because I want to see, are there reviews? What are other people saying about this website? What are their refund policy? What's their return policy? Is there a sale going on? Is there a place for me to sign up to put my email in so I can get coupons? All these things are important. Less than 2/3, 64%, of small businesses have a website. By 2019, 94% of small business websites will be mobile friendly. 94% of small businesses will be mobile friendly in 2019. Will you be one of them? Will you be one of the 94%? Studies show that between 70 to 80% of people research a company online before visiting the small business or making a purchase with them. See? 93% of online experiences begin with a search engine, and 47% of people click on one of the first 3 listings. That's also something that I'm going to talk about in my workshop, is how to be in those listings, because they have all these things, they have all these different marketing terms. They have search engine optimization, search engine marketing, all different things. And let's see what else. Oh, I already said this. I feel like, generally speaking, how many people, when they first thought about whether you have a business now or whether you've thought about having a business and just haven't started, how many of you, when you first thought of going into a business, thought that you instantly had to sell a product to have a business? I did. I tried to sell hair for like a year, Shira? I tried to sell hair extensions. I had a couple sales. I can't say I didn't have any. I had probably maybe 3 total. 3 hair sales, and I think like one girl signed up to be a distributor. Because that's what I thought. I thought the only way to make money from home was to sell a product. And not that there's anything wrong. I'm not knocking anybody that sells a product. My sister-in-law has sold a product for years. I have a lot of great friends that have small businesses that sell products, and they do wonderful. They do amazing at it, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But something that I have learned is that I can sell to you a service that I don't have to pay out of pocket for. It doesn't cost me anything to start a website for you. It doesn't cost me anything to coach you how to build a website. It doesn't cost me anything to be a virtual assistant. It doesn't cost me money for any of that. So I don't have that expense, or investment, however you want to look at it. I don't have that. Service work is an awesome way to make money from home. It's how I've made money from home for the last 2 years, almost 3 now. So, multiple streams. Yeah. They say that the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. I think I'm on 3. So I'm working my way up. So I want to thank you all for taking the time out to listen to me tonight. I'm going to go ahead and hop off. My sister-in-law is going live in about 45 minutes, and I want to be able to get on and support her because she does such a wonderful job supporting me. If you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me. I have a group called Short Services on Facebook. If you're interested in any of the things that I talked about tonight, feel free to join. When I'm finished, I will post a link in the comments, so that way you can join. Again, thank you very much for listening. Oh, and so something else I want to share with you guys really quick before I go. That's true, Cherish. Cherish said, your time and energy are your product. Absolutely. And I'm going to stem off of that. I've shared an image before, and it says that your personality and your brand and how you treat people is your logo. So remember that. When you have a small business, people watch everything you say and do. Everything. Every little thing. In our community, there was a business, and I'm not going to name names, but there was a business who decided to take a stance on a recent tragedy. She had to delete her business page and she deleted her personal Facebook account because she got on and she decided to be all high and mighty and she decided to be ignorant and I'm not going to say disrespectful because she wasn't necessarily disrespectful towards me personally, but she got on and she put her personal feelings out there on her business page and she had to delete the whole thing. The whole thing. I don't know how much her business has suffered, but I imagine there's a reason why she deleted it. And don't do that. Don't put your personal business on Facebook. Don't do it. I know that it's your Facebook. I know that it's your outlet. I know that it's your social media. I know that it's your page and you can say whatever you want to say. But if you want to build a business, don't do it. Patty said you are accountable 24/7 when you own a business. Absolutely. 100% true. And this same tragedy, I have been commenting on posts and different articles and things like that. And my number one thing is to remain human first and respectable. Everybody's allowed to have an opinion. Everybody's entitled to one. Everybody's allowed to have their own feelings, just like I am. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to sit up here and I'm not going to tear other people down because I don't agree with them, because that's just not right. It's not who I am, not who I was raised to be. So, but what I wanted to say, none of that was what I wanted to say. I did a quick live video earlier today and I titled it, "In a World Full of Darkness, Be the Light." So that's what I want to leave you with tonight because it's really been on me heavy today and I've seen other people actually talking about it as well. So it must be in the alignment in the universe tonight. So, all right, guys, thanks again for listening. Have a great night.